And this by any means is not to make it seem like our relationship is perfect.
No.
But these are just things that we implement, and also these things help us get through the rough patches that every marriage go through. So just keep that in mind.
Greetings and welcome to Tea Vybz Tribe Podcast. My name is Amaru and this is my sexy, beautiful wife, Shana.
Thank you, handsome. And we are Our Essence of Serenity. And again, this is our podcast where we like to sip tea and invite you to the table for various conversations. Would you like to tell the people what we're sipping on?
We are sipping on peppermint tea. Boy, you be looking at me making show. I say that
You want to beat
say
that
that
out.
right.
So, in lieu of Valentine's Day, basically for the whole month of February, we've wanted to make content that's geared more towards marriage, relationships. But let me also put this disclaimer out. I know, last podcast and then this podcast episode, we're talking a lot about Valentine's Day. And just remember that even though we're talking about relationships and marriage for the remainder of this month, just know that even if you're single, if you're widowed, if you're divorced, it's just a day and you can still celebrate. Because once again, the most important factor when it comes to love is self-love. So please do not feel like you're not included in our topic for the month. Yes. So, would you like to tell them what?
Before we go into that, also including, which is something I mentioned, I think 2 episodes ago, this is not about the commercialized Valentine's Day that people, are known and aware of. This is your own rendition of what that means and how y'all celebrate it.
Yes.
So in today's topic, we're going to be talking about 5 different ways of how we express our love to one another.
5 ways that are pretty much simple. But once again, it's the smallest things that mean a lot, especially in that moment. So, like my husband said, we're going to talk about 5 things. But before we do that, make sure that you hit the like button. Go ahead and hit it at this time. But I'll tell y'all number 1. So for us, I do not like grocery shopping. I cannot stand being in the grocery store. And when I thought about it, I was like, I didn't even like it as a kid when I would have to go with my parents. But because of that, my sweet husband will actually go grocery shopping for us every week. So I'll make out the grocery list, but he'll go ahead and do the task of actually going to the grocery store and grocery shopping. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, because it's not like she asked me to. I could just tell how frustrated she would get when it comes to that. So it was just more in the sense of me taking consideration of how she felt, and taking that initiative to just knock it out for her.
Thank you, handsome.
Of course.
And I'll read the second one, and then if you want to read the other 2. Yeah. Okay, another thing is, so at night, what we'll do is, of course, when I say, I'll say get the bed ready instead of making the bed, but more so like after I get done, while I'm in the, how can I put it? Doing the task of getting ready to shower, I go ahead and I do my facial routine, and then what I'll do is I'll stop and I'll go and I'll like set the bed for us to get into it at whatever time we go to bed, and that's more so me pulling back the covers, and we both have a certain type of way that we like for our pillows to be placed while we're sleeping. So I'll make sure that I go ahead and do that. So let's say, like, especially on a Friday, if we're probably not going to get into bed until like 1, 2 in the morning, because we usually stay up pretty late, like around 9 or so, 8 or 9, I'll go ahead and get the bed ready so that if we fall asleep on the couch, we can just get up and get right into the bed. So
yes, indeed.
Would you like to tell them the third
I
one?
remember those.
Are you okay? Yeah. Look, my memory not like yours, but it's getting better.
That it is.
But before you do that, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You right. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Let's hear a quick word from our sponsors. This video is sponsored by Tea Vybz, which is a holistic line created by Our Essence of Serenity. The Relaxation Butter is a moisturizing butter that is infused with catnip. Catnip is known to provide a calming effect and aids with skin irritation. Our Relaxation Butter also has shea butter, which is known to aid with stretch marks, dry skin, dandruff, prevent cell damage, enhance skin texture, and more. We've also included oils such as jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, and more. Not only is our relaxation butter beneficial for the skin, but it's also beneficial for the hair as it reduces split ends, makes the hair shinier, and provides moisture to the hair. To read more about our relaxation butter, be sure to check out our website, www.ouressenceofserenity.net, under the Zenful Vibes tab.
And we are back. So another thing that we do as far as expressing our love to one another, as far as just showing, what's the best way of putting this? That we're not just on each other's mind, but that telepathy be on 1,000 at times. There will be times where she'll be thinking of something and I'll be thinking of something. So I say that to say, when it comes to us missing each other, it's deeply felt. And so pretty much that thing is pretty much calling each other throughout the day as far as seeing how each other's doing. Like she'll call me at times and I'll be so caught up in meetings and whatnot. But when I do have some free times, I'll surprise her and hit her up and see how her day is going. And of course, that makes it that much more cherishable as far as getting through the day and getting that anticipation built up so that I have something to come home to. So, yeah.
And you want to tell them the fourth one, or do you remember the fourth one? Okay.
So we mentioned this in other previous episodes as far as, so what we do is we work together when it comes to, winding down, when it comes to the meals. If one cooks, the other one will wash dishes. So that's just one of the things. But my baby's actually been holding it down a little bit more often as far as knocking out both, which she didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah. And it's crazy because sometimes it's like we'll argue over who's going to do the dishes. And it's not so much like I don't want to do them, you do them, but it's like, well, I know you've had a long day. Let me do them. Well, I know you've had a long day. And this by any means is not to make it seem like our relationship is perfect.
No.
But these are just things that we implement, and also these things help us get through the rough patches that every marriage go through. So just keep that in mind. Another thing is we have a thing that in the morning, my husband will text me when he make it to work, and then what I'll do is I'll text him back like it's a text that we use, like what we've been using it for the past 2, maybe going on 3 years this year. And what we'll do is the part where it'll say have like a great day, we may switch it up and say have an amazing day, have a wonderful day. And then I think after you respond, I send you 3 kissy emojis, and then you send it back. So it's kind of like our thing. It's kind of like setting the tone for the day. And to me, it kind of just feels like, okay, regardless of what happens throughout this day, we still have each other's energy around us. So
all these things that we've mentioned as far as what we implement on a daily basis, it's not really based off, it's technically can be perceived as a routine, but we don't see it as a routine because it doesn't get played out. Like it's our way of communicating with one another. It's just like how one would utilize their body language as far as expressing how much one yearns for another. It's the same way, but on a spiritual level. Yeah.
So at this time, did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No.
So at this time, we would like to invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, like this video, share this video. In every video that we do, there is a message. So be sure that you share this video because you never know who the universe is wanting to convey this message to. Make sure that you comment down below. I mean, give us some ideas. What's something that you all do or that you all would like to start implementing in your relationship so that we may be like, okay, that may be a good idea for us to include in ours. Also, make sure that if you want to check out more about us and what we are about, make sure that you check out our website, which is listed in the description down below. I hope that you all have an amazing Valentine's Day. Once again, make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the notification bell because, like I said, all this month we will be dropping content that's more so centered around love, and we have some very exciting things that we're looking forward to releasing. Also, make sure that when you go on our website, subscribe to our newsletter because right now we're running a sale that's 30% off for our OEOS tribe members only. And how you become a tribe member is you subscribe to our newsletter and then you get the discount code. Anything else?
No.
So until next time, you all take care. And what do they need to do, Hanson?
Let's see. Love yourself so that your lover has someone to love for who you are, and stay lifted.
All righty.